大家好，我是陈如玉. So a lot of people will say, well, I eat meat all the time. I love meat, and I eat it every day. I eat it all the time, and there's no way that I can never ever not eat meat. But those same people, once they learn and they experience actually what real plant-based, delicious, filling, nutritious food can be, then they find out, oh, actually, it's not that bad. And actually, maybe I can do without for one day. Maybe I can do without, forever. But it's taking the time to learn and to experience. So, for people who feel like they are craving a lot of meat, there's, much more substantial kinds of plant-based foods like, even like a fake meat, or these days they've come out with, there's a burger called Impossible Burger, there's a Beyond Burger, and these are developed so that it's very, very close in the texture and the taste of meat. And so most people, if you didn't tell them, they probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference, actually. And someday, very soon, a lot of the meat that you will eat will probably be grown in a lab. And that's kind of where the future is heading, because at this point, meat production is so resource intensive that it's not even actually possible to sustain this amount of meat per person when we reach 8 billion people. And when especially China is eating more and more meat because everybody is able to afford more meat, and they the culture also, people value meat. It's a status symbol. It makes you cool. It makes you masculine. So China actually already knows that the meat supply is running out, and that's why they are buying all these meat farms around the world. That's why they recommend in their official guidelines that people reduce their meat consumption, and that's why they're also investing into developing this lab-grown kind of meat. Most people at a certain point will not recognize the difference between, what is the difference between meat that was grown on an animal. If you think that an animal is not actually a being, which is the way that a lot of the farms treat animals these days. They treat them, kind of like a machine. So what's the difference between growing meat on this animal machine instead of growing meat in a lab? That's where things are going to go in the future, because it's simply not even possible to produce so much meat. So the most important part is having a positive attitude about this. So if you see eating plant-based as a big challenge, like it's so much sacrifice, it's so hard, I miss meat so much, and I'm hungry and I'm starving, and have a very negative attitude, then it's going to be very difficult. But if you change your attitude and you say, oh, actually this is kind of an adventure. It's a new challenge for me. I'm trying to make myself better. I want to have more energy. I want to feel happier. I want to lose weight. I want to prevent cancer or heart disease. And you think about it in a positive way, then it's much easier to keep to the plan and stick to your goals, because it's something that you want to do instead of something that you feel like, oh, I have to do this because I feel like I have to punish myself. I have to diet to lose weight. I have to starve. I have to suffer through boring food. But that's the wrong kind of attitude, and you're never going to stick to something if you have the wrong attitude. 好的，课程就到这里结束了。